Well, Angie, here we are for the first time in, wow, God, I think I did the last podcast in late 21, early 22, but the HTSAI podcast is back. What do you think?
I think we'll see how this goes.
This has been requested quite a bit, and it's been requested with you in it.
But I don't know why.
I do. It's because you're beautiful, smart, and funny.
It's just because people like to laugh at me.
Well, all right, so let's pop off, guys. Obviously, our first podcast back in many a year. In fact, I know for a fact it's been over 3.5 years. I haven't done a podcast since Angie and I have been together. So, well, I did one a couple months back and didn't get a lot of reaction to it. So I'm hoping this one goes a little bit better. Um, the original HTSAI podcast was me talking about upcoming broadcasts, what was on the schedule for iRacing officials that week, things like that. I'm not doing that this time. We are going to have interviews with other people along the way. We're going to have a lot of different stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff. We're going to talk about upcoming games we want to play. We're going to talk about just random stuff. We'll talk about Angie and I's life together a little bit as well. But speaking of Angie and I's life together, it's worth Angie, they see you on camera a lot. They hear you a lot, at least twice a week. But they don't know that much about you. They know you're a unicorn.
And
so let, let's start off by talking about you. And there's some parts of this I don't want to go into huge detail. So I'm going to start with the fact that you live in eastern Oklahoma.
Yep.
And you have lived on the same road within about a quarter mile. Isn't that about what it is down to your parents' house? About a quarter mile. So you've never lived more than a quarter mile from where we are right now.
No, I've lived here all my life.
And you have one son.
I have a son. He'll be 35 shortly. That makes me really old.
And Justin has trucked with you. In fact, one of our earlier shorts had to do with you
stopping in the middle of the road.
And yeah.
Yes, he did. and got mad at me.
Oh, he did, even though you said you stopped, but you kind of stopped in the middle of the dang road, woman.
I told him I was stopped in the middle of the road. What part of that didn't he understand, poor kid?
No, I'm terribly sorry. So here's one thing, and I've told a few people this, but I'm not sure how many actually know this. You had not played a video game since the original Nintendo.
True. That is true.
That and then all of a sudden you've kind of become a gamer chick.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, you're getting there. I think once you learn to use the controller, because you enjoy some of the games and whatnot, but I mean, you really enjoyed Red Dead, but then the problem is you don't know how to use a controller very well.
That is true. That is true.
But you love driving.
I do. I like the driving games a lot. Yes. Yes.
There is a rumor that says you may get back on iRacing this year, may learn to broadcast, and I know part of that's going to be somebody other than me teaching you. We've got the two Marks,
yes,
that have agreed to teach you. Since my biggest problem was I assumed a certain level of knowledge about racing that you didn't have, and that was totally on me. Yeah. And I think I frustrated you when I was teaching you.
True. That is true.
You could have said, no, honey, you didn't frustrate me at all. It was...
there ain't no point in lying to people.
All right. Well, fine then. All right. So Is there anything you'd like the world to know about you?
What you see is what you get. I'm I'm the same when I'm streaming as I am every day in real life.
I would say you're 80% yourself when streaming. I think there's that 20% that you're good enough to hold back.
Well, I try. But I
Well,
mean, I'm just me. I don't pretend to be nothing I'm not. So
well, I will.
nor have I ever.
I know, and I will say you are a heck of an amazing woman. I have done the video on why you got the nickname the unicorn, but it's worth noting to everybody that obviously a lot of them know we used to do Meals on Wheels together. They don't know how many other times you have. There was a group you were trying to work with, but they were terrible at communicating to kind of help feed the elderly. You're always looking for a way to help. One year we did Christmas and Thanksgiving. We fed all the truckers that couldn't be home.
I would love to do that every year. If I had the money and was able to do that, I would feed those truckers every year at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Well,
Be- Well, without them, we don't have our stuff. I mean, they are what makes America run to me.
this is true. And I have to admit, I was very, very proud of you watching you do that. I tried to stay in the background. I was just there to be a bodyguard, more or less, and to do the physical labor part of it. But
Right. Hey, yeah, there's a lot to it. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Cooking the food and boxing it up and putting it in the trays and then boxing it up and then delivering it to the truck stops and, you know, hollering at the guys as they're walking across the parking lot. Hey, we have free food.
yeah, you're far better at yelling at the people than I am. But you're,
Problem. But I enjoyed that. I enjoy doing that.
I know you do, and that was a really impressive thing. I do have to say, that was one of the things about you that I really loved is that big heart of yours because you always stop and you always try and help folks. You're the best person in the world.
I don't know about that. I try to be a good person. I try to help when I can.
I'm just gonna go on a limb and say you're the best person in the world, and that's just all there is to it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. So let's talk a little bit. Well, everybody, I've been doing this 4.5 years. Most people know me. I have 4 daughters, 2 grandchildren. I started sim racing in the '90s. Raced through about 2005, I think, is when I stopped. Right around in there. I've always been a PC gamer. I got into console gaming around that time too. Um, yeah, and then when COVID hit, I saw all the stuff about, iRacing and whatnot, and it was the same people that made the Papyrus Sims that I started on way back when. I got back into it by accident. I end up broadcasting, and the rest is kind of history. Here we are. So,
And I got into it because of Doug.
actually, if you'll recall, we were laying in bed one night talking about it, and we were talking about I think train sims and then somehow the trucking sim came up. We happened to catch it on sale. You played it on my computer the first night.
That is true.
Do you remember the first night?
I do remember. It was like 2 or 3 o'clock before we went to bed, before I ever got off of the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah, yeah.
It was fun. It's a fun game.
It is, and it provides a lot of entertainment for other folks as well.
I try. We try to keep them entertained while we're trucking.
Yeah. With that, we've seen a lot of growth, and we've got a lot of folks trucking with us now, and hopefully before too long, I'll be able to get back to trucking regularly with you guys. But That is usually my time to you're trucking and I'm working on the shorts you created that from the
Right.
last convoy. So,
True. True.
and there's a lot of them.
There are several, yes.
Yeah, in fact, I finished up. Let me look. Because I finished up one of your convoys from 515 earlier today. It was no, it was 1.5 pages worth of notes because I do everything old school and just write it down.
Well, that was probably mostly Jeremy.
It's quite a few Jeremys, I'll give you that, and including the one where Jeremy was doing his Jeremy thing, but didn't know there was a holler coming up.
Oh, yeah. Is that where he went off the bridge?
Yeah, he shot up straight up into the air, then straight down into the ravine, into the river.
Yeah, I saw that. It took me a minute to find him when I got over him, but yeah, I finally found him.
That was definitely one of the more eventful convoys you guys have had.
True, true. It's always fun. It's always entertaining.
And since you came along, we've obviously grown quite a bit with the trucking. We've done more iRacing. It's grown. Man, there's been a lot of new stuff come along over the last 3.5 years. But really, you got into it just about 2 years ago.
Yeah, a little over a year and a half. Yeah, something like that. Somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've seen a lot of growth. We've done a lot of new and different things. You actually tested. Hang on, I gotta look because I don't remember the name of the game. There was a semi truck racing game you tested here recently that we'll probably see some of once you finish the training.
If I ever get past the first part,
It's definitely going to be a lot of fun, and it's something I hope we can kind of expand on. And I know one of the things we've talked about too is eventually, when SCS increases the number of people that can be in a convoy, getting a permanent server so that
yeah,
people can just hop on and
right,
convoy whenever they want.
yeah.
You think Jeremy will be on there 24/7?
I think he will be on there a lot. Yes, I think Jeremy loves to truck. Yeah.
I think he does too. We definitely need to work on train sim for you too, because I think A, you'd love it, and B, I think a lot of other people enjoy watching you drive the train because you love trains.
I do love trains. I love trains. I love trucks. Well, yeah, I do. The
Um,
the racing truck game though is not like the ATS and ETS game. You actually have to pass some tests before you can do that
no,
because I haven't passed the test to be able to do it.
I haven't actually. I have it installed, and I was trying to look it up real quick, but I have not actually got to drive on it yet.
Yeah, when you drive on it, you have to go through the barriers and not hit them, and have to stop when you're supposed to. And I, I well, if you've watched me truck at all, you know that my stopping is not good. So I haven't made it through those yet. No.
Ah, well. It is FIA European Truck Racing Championship, folks, if you're interested in it. So
Yeah.
I
It's
imagine, I know there's a few other guys in the community that have it. Um, Speaking of the guys in the community, we've been actively trying to recruit some other females to truck with you so that you have some company.
yeah,
Plus, the two of you could just, if you get another girl in there, you two could just smack talk everybody.
true.
I mean, you already do. It would just be taking it a step up.
That's true. I just have some help.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So another thing that we tested BeamNG a couple of times.
Hmm.
We both really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And after speaking to Mark Nelson, one of our goals in the near future is to get a BeamNG server so that we're in control. And one of the things we ran into hopping into a public server was they had like 8 gazillion mods installed, so
Yeah.
load times were awful.
Yeah.
It made it playing it solo was a lot of fun, but playing it on the public server with all those mods made it a nightmare.
Yeah. I like Wreckfest too. That was fun.
That
That's
was fun. We may need to look as Wreckfest 2 has been getting expanded, so maybe in the near future we can do something there as well. It all kind of comes down to how much we grow, and the more people that do paid subscriptions or send
right.
stars or whatever, that really helps us to do some of the bigger things that we like to do.
True. That's the way we do it.
That
So,
is the way we do it. And speaking of, we did obviously, we brought back the way I see it for Sundays so everybody can chime in. We'll have some great racing questions coming up. I don't know, we might expand it. The way I see it has always been a racing deal, so I don't know. I'll have to think about that. We could expand it with trucking and a few other things we do, but
uh,
maybe
they
we'll do something separately where
they won't want to know the way I see it.
um another Another thing worth mentioning is that we are on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. So you guys make sure you're all following us there. We've been working really hard on upgrading our YouTube because when I started all this all those years ago, I didn't know anything about it. So our YouTube doesn't really make any money. Our Twitch and Facebook don't make much more. But as we work on those, we're hoping that they start to make a little bit more money and we can do a little bit more for the community.
Right. Yeah. I love doing stuff for the community and doing for others.
Speaking of, we do have our two charity fundraisers. We have our MS Society fundraiser this year, like we've always had, but we also now, due to our beautiful unicorn, we have the American Cancer Society fundraiser. I know that one's the most important to you.
It is very important to me, yes. I've had a lot of family members that have had cancer and passed away with it. And I would love for there to be more research and hopefully find a cure for it someday.
I hope so too. It sucks, and I think everybody knows somebody that's had it at this
Um,
point.
I'm sure. Yeah,
It's hard to find a person that hasn't been impacted at some point by cancer.
that is true. And it's sad.
It really is. Talking about growth and fundraisers and whatnot. What I mentioned recently that we were going to bring back some stuff. Obviously, bringing back the podcast with you and I. We brought back the way I see it, but there's one other thing that has been requested countless times. I get a request at least a few times a week. So I guess we will go ahead and hang on. I got to pull up a calendar. I meant to write the date down and then I forgot because I was working on technical issues. So bear with.
It's okay. I'm bearing with you guys too because I have no idea what he's talking about.
Let's see. Are we in town on June 6th? Or is that the weekend we go to your.
We go the 7th.
Oh, that's a 1 day trip, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, then my plan does fall into place perfectly. Friday, June 6th, we will bring back the HTSAI Friday Fun Night.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that'll be Iracing chaos at its finest. Be a good opportunity for you to practice broadcasting, by the way. Or get in the car and practice driving.
Somehow I knew there was going to be a catch to this Friday fun night thing for me.
Well, only at least for the time being, only be able to do it like every other weekend, at least.
Right.
Going forward, at least for now, and that was part of the reason that we cut back and eventually it faded away, is because my personal life reached a point where I couldn't manage it every Friday night or even every other Friday night. So it is what it is. We're going to bring it back. It'll be every other Friday night. There is going to be some changes in how we do it. We're going to try and avoid every race becoming a demo derby.
Good luck with that if I'm racing.
Well, that's true. And we are going to utilize it as a fundraising tool. So there will be what I'm thinking about doing, and nothing's set in stone yet. So I'm open to ideas, guys. One of the things I'm thinking about doing is saying it is not mandatory, but we would appreciate a small $5 or less donation to one of the fundraisers to join in on Friday nights.
Yeah.
And that way it just helps a little bit. It's a cup of coffee. It's nothing major, and it goes to two very worthy causes, and the people can choose which one they want to donate to.
Yeah, and if they donate 5, they can put 2.5 to each one.
There you go.
Just a thought, guys. Just a thought. I'm just,
it is a good thought, though. I didn't even think about that, honestly. That's why I keep you around.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here, baby. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? So Friday Fun Night's back. The podcast is back. The way I see it's back. And I think those are really the 3 biggest features we have seen people want to get back. So we'll bring those back. And we're also looking at the Unicorn doing some different streaming. I know there's that one request for you to perform surgery again.
Yes. That surgery game is very hard. You have to use the keys on the keyboard to move the fingers on the doctor. And I have a really hard time doing that. And I have never actually been able to even pick up the saw that I recall. So I'm pretty sure the patient died on the table several times because I had to keep restarting the game.
Repeatedly, yes.
But yes, it has been requested that I try that again and at least get the patient cut open. I don't know how long that stream will be. But it could take a while.
It definitely could, but man, I think it'll be a lot of fun.
It's fun. It's really frustrating though when you can't figure out how to pick the damn saw up and cut him open. I mean,
Oh, I know. Yeah, so that now that we have our Steam connected, you have access to a lot of my games, and I have access to the ones that you have that I don't. So it gives us the opportunity to try new stuff, and I've been trying new stuff here and there to see what people enjoy, and we've had requests for games that become community games and whatnot, so we'll be looking at more of that as the year goes on as well.
There's a few games on your list that I would try. I just haven't.
I think there's a lot of stuff that we could do aiming toward community. Excuse me, that could be a lot of fun too.
Yeah, it's games are always fun with other people.
They definitely are. And that's something we definitely want to look at as we continue to grow. And to be perfectly honest, I have some growth goals in my head that I would love to reach. And I think as we reach some of those goals, we'll probably do some giveaways. And I think we'll probably be doing some giveaways pretty soon. We might do some related to Friday Fun. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
We've got all that new merch.
That's true.
We got a lot of merch.
True.
Yeah, y'all go check out the merch store, and if there's something you want, if coffee mug or whatever, ask. I mean, I'll look and see, and if we have the availability to make it, sure, why not?
Yeah, go check because these stickers, this unicorn sticker for my trucking company is awesome. I love it. It is so cool. Yes, I put it on my water bottle that I carry with me everywhere I go.
It's great advertising, too.
True. Oh, crap.
Are you okay?
Dropped my bottle. Yeah.
What's in your water bottle tonight, Angie?
I set it on the edge of my phone. I didn't realize my phone was right there.
Did you fill the bottle with tequila?
Not hardly. Just water. Just water.
So you say.
It's just water. I don't have no orange juice to mix it with tequila.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we did get some orange juice just the other day.
Chocolate milk.
Huh?
I bought chocolate milk, not orange juice.
Oh. Huh. All right. Anyway, where was I? I forgot where I was. Oh, yeah, we'll have interviews and a lot of stuff coming up, and I also will. We're not going to do the whole iRacing schedule, but I will tell you what we have coming this week as far as racing. As of last time I heard, Jones BS Racing will be racing tomorrow night. I'm double checking that now. Does look like they are going to be racing tomorrow night, so we'll have. Let's just see where they're going to be at. Oh, wait a minute. But we have Jones BS Racing tomorrow night. It's Monday. Retreads Racing will be Tuesday night. Any of the iRacing folks that are 55 and older, you definitely need to go check them out. They do a dirt race and a super speedway race. Wednesday night, we'll have C12 Motorsports Jones. I'm not seeing the schedule for at the moment. And Retreads does the same two races every week, so or the same couple of tracks and the same vehicles. So the dirt race they do the 360 wing sprints and the 358 big blocks, and then the super speedway race they do Daytona and Talladega, and they alternate between trucks and the Dallara DW12 Indy cars. So it makes for some really great racing. They have damage turned off for the Indy cars, so even if you get caught up in a big one, you're not out of the race yet. You can get back in it and hopefully get back in the fight.
That's the league I need to race with.
I think you probably will.
Oh,
Something's really odd with my iRacing right now. So I can't even look at what tracks. I know NSS on Sunday mornings. Next week will be at Monza, and then the season finale at the Nürburgring. I can't see what's in Jones for tomorrow, nor can I see what's in C12. Let's see what Retreads has. I don't see the Retreads ones at the moment either. iRacing has had some weirdness here lately when I try and go look at leagues, so I've heard quite a few people having the same thing where they don't see sessions. And of course, Sunday nights, obviously a lot of folks off this week, but BRR and SMR are back next week. And Home Motorsports, they are back Thursday night as well. So we've got racing all week long. The only nights we don't have racing is Friday and Saturdays. And that's by design.
true.
And hopefully, I'm just going to put this out there because I keep forgetting to message Patrick Pieper, but hopefully C12 Motorsports will bring back the Tuesday night street stocks because Retreads is done in time to do that, and that was an awesome series. That was definitely a lot of fun to call and watch.
True. It was. And we will not have a convoy tomorrow afternoon.
No, Angie and I will be, weather permitting, we're going to be at the the cemetery. Why don't you explain it?
We'll be up there taking donations for the upkeep of the cemetery and the grounds. The girl that's been taking care of it, she's done an excellent job. She's been doing it for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. She usually spends her own money to do it. She's not been getting paid that I am aware of. I know she hadn't been. So the upkeep on it, as good a job as she has done, she needs to be paid in some way for it. Or at least covered the gas that she uses for her mower because it's a pretty good sized cemetery. I know when the hailstorm came through the other day and the wind, she had a heck of a mess to clean up because I saw the pictures and when we went up there yesterday, you couldn't even tell that the storm had came through there.
I'd imagine with the weather this weekend, there's probably going to be a whole nother mess up there.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah, we
sure.
need to plan on taking a
Yeah.
few things with us to help
Yeah.
clean while we're there.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I'm not sure what's wrong with my ATS. I'm still having trouble with it for you guys that play. I have not been able to get it up. We've taken it out. We've reinstalled it. Doug was going to have to mess with it some more because God knows that is not my department. So if he doesn't get that fixed, we may be playing something else this week.
Hopefully, I will get it fixed later tonight or tomorrow. It's getting fairly late. We're running a little behind today, but yeah, that
Well, that I know we're not going to be home tomorrow. That's why I said
right.
I usually run on Tuesdays, and that may not. We may have to do something different. So I'm just kind of giving you guys a heads up that it may happen. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully we'll figure it out. Usually we have the two convoys. She does Tuesday or whatever afternoon of the week. Here lately, it's been Tuesdays. We'll probably eventually go back to Mondays. And then Thursday evening at 8 Eastern, and she's live right after the home motorsports race.
Yeah. And we do try to. I do try to switch off from ATS to ETS on Thursday evenings, but I know a lot of you guys have ATS and don't have ETS. So, I try to switch back if there's more that wants to play that one game. And if not, if you have ETS and you don't have all the content, I'll let you pick the jobs. I don't care. I mean, as long as
Yeah.
I'm driving the truck, I'm happy.
It's worth mentioning that the same is true for ATS. We've had people that didn't want to join because they didn't have all the states, but
Yeah,
it's just a matter of okay, the person that has the least amount of content picks the job, and everything's fine. Everybody
true.
can still truck.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see
don't
what else we got going on this week.
run a ton of mods.
Yeah,
There's like what, 7 or 8, I think, in both games.
if that, because the res built was removed, it was causing issues.
Yeah, I took the res built out.
So not a lot. Not a lot you have to have, and obviously we work to accommodate everybody.
Yeah. I just figure if you want to play, holler at me and hop in and we'll figure it out.
And you've done a great job of teaching people as well.
I'm getting better. The Mark Nelson has actually commented to me a couple of times about how proud he is of me that I can actually tell people how to do the stuff that I used to have to ask him how to do.
Well, you are one heck of a smart lady, babe.
That's why I'm the unicorn.
That is why you are the unicorn. I think that's it. Next weekend, we may not have very many streams because we'll have the kid Friday and Saturday. We might do a little fortnighting with her. Who knows? I haven't had any time with her lately, so we don't know what the plans are yet. But we'll definitely have all of our usual stuff during the week. Whatever day she doesn't convoy, I'll try and get an afternoon stream in, probably Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, obviously this week has not been good. Had a lot of technical issues. It's been a nightmare. Some of the Star Wars, as people watched tonight, knew it was crashing. I had a heck of a time just getting it to load. Had crashes playing the new Oblivion the other day, which both I've seen online when I looked into it. Both have had the issues recently. So I
Not to mention,
remember a
not
time
to
when they
mention
would
the
release games and they worked.
true. But we've also had a lot of storms that came through this last week as well,
Yeah.
and more coming this week.
Yay.
I knew he'd be excited.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Thrilled.
I'm sorry. If I could make it stop, I would.
Babe, do you have anything else you'd like to share with everybody?
Not that I'm aware of. We just appreciate everything you guys do for us.
Oh, we definitely do. And if you're wondering about the fundraisers, they are pinned posts on Facebook, and Like I said, a lot of other stuff going on. If there's a league you're interested in joining, just let us know and we'll make sure we get you the stuff. If you want to join the convoys, let us know. We'll get you hooked up and then you can go trucking with the unicorn. That is an adventure in and of itself.
It is. It's not really a convoy sometimes. It's more like a race in trucks to see who can get from point A to point B the quickest.
And
Or
it's
who,
usually Jeremy, isn't it?
unless he causes the most chaos. But yeah, he got really lucky the other day and caused a lot of chaos and then wound up he towed and he was way ahead of us. So yeah, it worked out pretty good for him. And then the one time we waited up for him and then he passed me and they just left me. So yeah, they do that a lot. But it's
Well,
always fun, and that's what it's all about. I mean, I don't want anybody to play and get upset if they get wrecked because it's going to happen. I can assure you. If you're around us, you're probably going to get wrecked
yeah,
because
because
it's just chaos and mayhem.
and the unicorn does not know what mirrors are.
Not very often. Not not in the truck, but I do in my Honda.
Uh huh.
I do.
Sometimes.
I always know in the Honda.
Well, guys, like I said, this is the first. You'll be watching this Monday, and we will start releasing these. We'll record them over the weekend, release them on Mondays, and yeah, that's everything we've got for this week. So we'll be looking forward to seeing. Oh, I did have one more thing. I know there's a lot of leagues out there. A lot of you guys tune in, and a lot of guys tune in just for their broadcast. But if we're live, if you can tune in on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, if you can, obviously the races are on Facebook and Twitch. Angie and I streams. We add YouTube to it. If you guys tune in and comment even just a little bit, it helps the algorithm, it helps us grow, and it helps get more eyes on your particular league. So if you can tune in to convoys, if you can tune in to other broadcasts, it helps everybody grow. And that's what we have always tried to do is help everybody equally. So make sure you're tuning in for other broadcasts, other streams, other convoys throughout the week, and it really helps not just us, but it helps other leagues, especially when they go looking for sponsors or anything like that. It really helps them out. So make sure you tune in as often as possible. Feel free to comment. If we're always going to try and respond to you. We do our best to talk to everybody, respond to everybody, say hi, and
Even
we
even if I blame you for the wrecks that I have for reading your comment streams,
she does do that
I just have to have somebody to blame for it.
because it's never your fault, right?
Or it's never my fault. No.
I have learned that about you.
I just warning you guys ahead of time. Don't get upset.
Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for everything you do. It's awesome. I
Yeah.
still to this day can't believe we built this community up, and I hope we continue to grow. Like I said, we've got a lot of surprises coming this year. Obviously, the podcast coming back. Nobody saw that one coming. I've known about it for a couple of weeks, but I had to figure out a few things and getting her involved, and we had a few technical issues just getting everything set up. I think we've got it all worked out now, and man, we've got a lot of cool stuff coming this year. So be looking forward to that. And man, I really thank everybody for being a part of the community.
Me too. I appreciate everything you guys do for us.
I hope everybody has a great day and hope to see everybody Monday night for Jones BS Racing. And Tuesday, retread starts at, oh gosh, 6:30 Eastern. Wednesday night C12's at 9 Eastern. Thursday night Home Motorsports is at 7:30 Eastern. So you guys have a lot of great racing to watch, and we will see you guys soon. Have a great day, everybody.
And have a great weekend and a safe one.